Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. This is Jeremy. Welcome, welcome back. It is the last day of our 5-day How to Increase Your Credit Score 30 points by 30 points in 30 days challenge. I'm so excited. It's a Friday night. I get it. So I decided to put my little red lipstick on and look all cute for my ladies. You know how we like to dress up for each other. And if you're watching on the live or the replay, welcome. If you me the last few days, welcome back. I'm so excited for this. This is my favorite day. And so today we're going to talk about what the guru's advice is that is actually going to destroy your credit score and what to do instead. And so let's go ahead and get started. First, let me see if you can hear me. Can you drop a Y and let me know if you can hear me? Because you know I'm good at money, but I'm not that good at tech stuff. Drop a Y if you can hear me. I'm going to check too, see if I can check on my own phone and see if I can hear myself. Sometimes it's tricky to do a presentation and check your tech at the same time. I'm not seeing the live show up on my Facebook yet. There it is. Now I have to turn on volume. I see there's someone there. Yes. Hi, Laura. I was going to say somebody, whoever's there watching. I can see Laura. She gave StreamYard permission for me to see her name. Thank you, Laura. And she says a Y. Whoop, whoop. Thank you. We're in business. So welcome back. Welcome if it's your first time. This was a 5-day challenge, and this is our last day. So you can always catch up on the replays if you've missed. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So excited. This is my favorite day. Quick recap. The challenge was about, it's a 5-day training really to teach you everything you need to know to increase your credit score 30 points in 30 days, which is very much achievable if you just take action every day you're implementing what the training has for you. Right. So what to expect, engagement and interaction. That way you're not just sitting there listening to somebody talk at you. I love it when you ask questions, answer questions, take notes. You're doing that for yourself to help like firm up those concepts that you're learning so you can learn deeper and longer and have better understanding. You'll gain the valuable insight and perspective on credit and so much more, you know, because money is not just in its silo all by itself, or excuse me, credit. It's attached to your money. It's attached to your budget. It's attached to your savings and investing and all your goals and dreams. So we need to kind of talk about more things than just credit this week. And then we'll deep dive into the credit. There's one more thing to talk about today. And I'm going to talk about my implementation program. I've been promising that all week, so I'll talk a little bit about that at the end as well. Thank you, Laura. You said it's been so good. I'm glad that you've seen value in what we've been doing here. And so what else can you expect? Sound financial principles, not fly-by-night advice from some guru or influencer online, because what I provide is really strategies that work for anybody at any income level. No matter what your credit score is, you can see results in a matter of days. It's all about implementing and taking action. And so to recap, you know how I love to recap the day before. So to recap, I'm showing you an example of somebody with a low credit score and versus a person with a higher credit score, what kind of annual percentage rates or APRs they would be qualifying for on, and my example is on $1,000 credit limit, and how much each level of your credit is going to mean that you're going to have to pay in interest. So if you're way up there, the higher your credit score, the better your APR, right? So the 16% APR is for that person that has exceptional or excellent credit. That's what we're all aiming for. We're all shooting for that. And assuming you were only paying $50 a month, your interest rate, if you were in this category, would be $170.86 versus the person with a lower credit score. And I'm not talking about a credit score that is so low that you don't qualify for credit card or financing. I'm talking about a score that's low, but you can still actually get qualified for credit card and financing. And so I put you at about 35% that you're paying on your APRs or more, but we'll go with the 35% for the sake of this example. And that person would be paying $502.10. So do you see the difference? You see how much more you would have to pay having that low credit score, the $331.24 more. And so that's just one example on a $1,000 credit card. And to be honest, that's kind of a smaller credit limit. And also, you might have many different credit cards. So do you see how this can start adding up? Sure you do. That's why you're here, right? You're here to learn to be that person that gets the 16% APR versus the 35% or more. And so kudos to you for being here. And just a quick recap, the impact is kind of big. I mean, I would say over $300 is kind of a big deal where you could save that much money. But when you look at a bigger purchase, right? And then you're looking at something like a dream home, right? And you've spent like $850,000 on a house. You can see the difference where somebody with a good credit score on the left-hand side qualified for a 3.5 APR versus somebody who had that excellent score qualified for a 2.5 APR. You can see the difference in interest, which totals up. I've done the math for you, and it's $165,000, and that's over the course of the life of the loan. So this is assuming that the person that was getting the 3.5% APR versus the 2.5% APR is only making minimum payments. But of course, if you hang out with me long enough, you'll know you never make minimum payments only, right? Even if you can only pay $5 extra, that's what you're going to do because it makes such a difference in the interest you're paying. But even so, that's a big savings. So you could live a richer life compared to somebody else who makes the same income, bought the same house simply because you're paying less in interest. Like, what kinds of things could you do with an extra $165 or $165,000, I should say, over the span of 30 years? Put what you would do with that money in the comments. For sure, for me, that would be extra vacations. I love going on vacations. All right, so this example was my jumbo mortgage, and it's unbelievable but true. And my lender friends can't even believe it because they couldn't beat that rate. And the reason I got it is because I know how to advocate for myself. And I'm telling you, this stuff is not like, oh, it's just natural to me. It's stuff that I've learned over the years, and I've taken the courses to get credentialed to be able to know how to advocate for myself. And this is what I teach my clients. And so thank you, Laura. You said you'd go on vacation as well. Awesome. And so that's what I'm here to tell you is this is just a glimpse into what I could do. And that means that you can do it too. If I can do it, you can do it. You just need to learn the strategies. These things aren't taught in school. So my excellent credit score, I do this so that you can see what happens when you buy a house. So I started to buy my house a year ago. I was at an 812, which put me in the excellent category. And then look what happened after I got the loan. Over the course of time, it just started to come down by 39 points over the course of the last year. But I sneak this slide in here just to show you that it's not healthy. It's not good for your mental health or any other kind of way, even your physical health. I know some clients have come to me and they're losing sleep. I mean, they're really stressed out about this stuff because their credit score is up and down by a few points. And I say, hey, it's not worth it. As long as you're still in the same category, you're good. And this is a prime example of what I've been teaching you guys over the last few days. And just to further kind of make that point that you're in the right place, learning the right things about credit. And that's because it doesn't just affect your interest rates on all your debts and your quality of life, really, because that extra $165,000, I'm going to live a higher quality of life, right? And so can you, right? If you can keep working on it. But also it affects how much you're spending on things like car insurance. And so here's an example of, somebody with a lower score having to pay on average $2,940 per year on their car insurance premium versus somebody who has a very good credit score having to pay on average about $1,500. So that is a total of about $1,432 a year. Again, think about this is a big deal per year savings. Like, what could you do with this extra money? I know Laura's going to go on vacation like me, but what are you going to do? Put it in the comments. Are you going to invest more? Are you going to use that money to pay down debt quicker? Save for your college, your kids' college. I don't know. Let me know. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know how you're going to use that money. And think about it after 1 year. But you're going to need car insurance for more than 1 year, correct? Right? So yes or no, put in the comments why for yes and for no. And so unless you live in New York or San Francisco where people they don't really drive, yes, you're going to need car insurance for lots and lots and lots of years. And so think of the savings over the years. It's incredible. And Laura says yes. Okay. So inflation is the reason why we need to act now, because as the price of everything goes up, the last year inflation rate was 7.5%. What that simply means is the cost of things go up in price: gas, groceries, utilities, all that. We've all noticed that, but maybe you haven't really noticed that it's also doing that to your interest rates. Your variable interest rates are also coming up. And that's even for me. That's even for people who have good, very good, or excellent credit scores. So that's just going to make it harder for you to pay down your debt. So we talked about a little recap from the other day is leveraging financial tools like bill pay. Take advantage of free services that are already available to you. And also like powerpay.org, another awesome debt reduction tool that I like to use with my clients, where you get to designate how you want to repay debt. Do you want to repay lower interest rates first? Do you want to pay the smaller balances first? It's in your control, and this is a good tool to help you. This is how we do have financial success, is like we use all the things available to us. And also leveraging financial tools like a spending plan, just keeping track of your income and expenses. And this is one that I've developed that my clients just really love, mostly because of this part of the spreadsheet. And so it's actually a separate tab, but it will tell you based on your input. So this is just like a plug and play. You don't have to worry about knowing how to use Excel or anything like that. You just plug in your information and then boom, it does the calculation. It tells you the math, and it will tell you based off your income, how much can you afford towards housing, which in a well-balanced financial diet, if you will, not really financial diet, I don't like that word, but in a balanced financial plan, just like a well-balanced meal plan, you need some veggies, you need some protein, you need some carbs. What else do you need? Let me know in the comments. What else do you need? But I'll tell you what you need with a well-balanced financial plan. You need the housing, transportation, you need savings built into that monthly plan, and your debt, of course, if you have some. If you don't, well, guess what? You have more money, more room to splurge on the other categories, and not to mention your living expenses. So that gives you kind of like a rule of thumb for you to pay attention to and see how you're doing compared to the suggested percentages that I say will help you to keep well balanced. Let me see if you guys told me what's a well balanced meal plan. Going back. This screen. All right. Caffeine. LOL. That's funny. Caffeine, it could be, especially at this time of night. Keeps you nice and healthy and awake. All right. So I see I have another friend. I think my niece popped on, Davina. I thought I saw her name pop up real quick. Hey, girl. I'm glad you can make it. All right, so we're going to continue. So anyways, another financial tool we talked about was just knowing your options, just knowing and understanding your options, because you can use this information as leverage, like going to a website like this, figuring out what your credit score, like affords you, and then using that to leverage the power of a great financial tool you have that's right built into your body. Guess what that is? Your voice, right? You can advocate for yourself by picking up the phone and talking to your current creditors without even having to do a balance transfer or whatever, without even ever having to open up a new card, and let them know what other deals and options do you have out there that you've researched. For example, this US Bank Visa Platinum. I would call my creditor and so tell them, hey, Bank of America, I have an offer being made to me by US Bank Visa Platinum card. And I will just read right off of the screen, because I know that I've selected this card on this bankrate.com website that shows me what's available to me, what are my options, and I understand them. That way I can kind of like, wave that carrot to my to try to make them competitive and compete for my business. And so your money mindset is a tool in itself, but you're using the tool of your voice as well. And so who am I? Quick recap. If you've been with me, bear with me because you've heard the spiel, but I might have new people watching as I go. So quickly, who am I? Geremy Chavez, an accredited financial counselor, AFC for short. So you'll see that after my name, but the acronym means that after college, you have to have at least a 4-year degree to apply for this credential. But then after that, I took some courses on personal finances and counseling methods, and then I passed the 300 question test, and then I abide by a strict code of ethics. And pretty much every single year, I have to take 15 hours of continuing education to stay up on my financial knowledge, because rules change, laws change, all these things can change, and I need to stay on top of it to serve my clients the best. So I've been honored for the past 11 years. I've worked as a contractor for the Department of Defense, providing services to our service members, soldiers, airmen, Marines, Navy, their families, and federal civilian employees. So that's pretty cool. And I've been able to serve a lot of clients, one-on-one, approximately 500. And then I've impacted thousands more with my speaking and training services that I've provided. So that's a little bit about me on the professional side. On the personal side, who am I really? Well, I'm a daughter of 2 Mexican immigrants, and I was, born in Chicago, low-income neighborhoods. So I've known the struggle, especially when my mom was a single mom. When we moved to San Francisco, that's where I ended up being raised. But I remember my mom, she's come a long way, by the way, but she didn't even know how to speak English, and she's raising 2 little girls in San Francisco. How expensive is that? So you can only imagine what our circumstances were. But I think, and I attribute that upbringing a lot to why I do what I do today, because it was in high school when I witnessed a young couple come in for their mortgage, and they're all excited like everybody is when they're going to buy their first home. And something changed while they were there, and then it turned bad, basically. So they ended up leaving, and they were in tears when they left. And I was confused. I was just working there for high school credit as a receptionist for that one semester. And I got to see that, and I was like, what happened? I asked the loan officer, and she says, well, they went out and bought furniture on their credit cards, and their credit score went down, and their debt to income ratio went up, and now they don't qualify for the loan we wanted to give them. And then it just dawned on me right there, like, what? Like, obviously they didn't do it on purpose, so they didn't understand about these things and personal finance. So it dawned on me at that time, like in a moment, my light bulb went off. It's like, I'm a senior in high school. I don't know this stuff. Like, how do you know this stuff? Like, where do you learn it, right? And so that's when I got this kind of like passion for wanting to learn more about how it all works, and then teaching others. So fast forward to today, that's why I do what I do. But I'm also a mom of 3 precious little children. They're not so little anymore, but 2 of them are adults. And this picture's a little bit outdated, and a wife of a retired Army officer. And also myself, a big part of my identity. And I had to let you guys know I'm a veteran myself. And there's a picture of me all happy when I was deployed. You can see me in my tent, sitting on my cot with a big old smile on my face. And that is because I got mail that day. And there's nothing better than getting mail when you're deployed. So that's a little bit about me and why I'm so passionate, because a lot of people are like, okay, like, how do you get so excited about this stuff, Geremy? Like, I don't get it. And so I kind of have to want to get that out and tell you why. So it's not about me, though. I want to transition it back to you. I just want to tell you that you can accomplish so much. There's so much. Whatever your financial goals are, take it from me, that you can, no matter what your background is or your upbringing. Okay. So I want you to come back and, leave your gadgets just for a moment, because I want you to be like present, to think about and imagine what you can do if you keep doing the things like showing up this week, taking free training like this, and actually taking action and implementing. Okay. You can have the ability to qualify for any loan you need. Imagine being a good role model for your kids. Imagine knowing the exact month and year that you'll be completely debt free. That's at powerpay.org, guys. Giving more to your favorite charities, important causes in your church. Imagine saving thousands of dollars in interest and being debt free months to years faster. Imagine having complete confidence in your ability to make wise and financial decisions. Imagine buying your dream home or car. Imagine going on fantastic vacations and not worrying about the cost. Imagine building savings and investments for your future and generations after you. Now, I know you are here for a reason. You're here to learn, but maybe you've tried things like talking friends and family, but then they judge you or they get all worried about your finances because you are just trying to be real. Um, maybe you started saving or something like budgeting, but something always kind of comes up and gets in the way. Maybe you're just over at all this blogs or this information online, and you just don't know how to apply it to yourself. Maybe you're trying to get your partner on the same page with you about finances. It's just not working. And maybe you're just confused because the gurus are telling you different things that you don't know what opinion to follow when it comes to your finances. So you think you don't make enough money, you're just not good with money, it's too difficult, or it's too late to get your shit together. You can't have fun until you're debt free. And you can't, this is the worst one that you might believe, is that you can't invest until you save thousands of dollars. Well, it's not your fault, because you just haven't had the right tools. And one, not taught in school. We know that. Two, financial gurus tend to like mess things up when they start telling you different things that are confusing and contradicting. So the gurus, this is the day that we actually talk about how the guru's advice is going to destroy your credit score and what to do instead. So debt is the devil, cash is king. Okay. I have a perfect example of how that is false. And if you hear this advice, run away. Okay, so I had a client who was following one of these gurus out there, and, cash is king, right? So she basically pays off her credit cards, cuts them up, just as she was instructed by the gurus out there that she heard online somewhere. And then she had to move. And she came to me and says, I don't understand what's going on, Ms. Chavez. I have a 750 credit score, but I went to 4 dealerships. I need a car. I'm moving. She was in the Army and she needed to move. And going, where she was currently, there was a lot of options for her to not have a car. But moving, there weren't. So she says, and I don't know what to do. I've been turned down at 4 different places. I have a 750 credit score. I don't know why this is happening. So I love solving concerns and problems and questions and issues like this for my clients. So I said, well, let's get to the bottom of it. So immediately we go onto my FICO. I get this message where I said, okay, well, there's a 1-800 number. Let's dig deeper because I'm not getting the answer here. So we get on the 1-800 number, call my FICO, and after about 2-minute chat, we discovered and realized that, remember how I said she had paid off her credit cards and cut them up? Okay. Well, that was 6 months ago. After 6 months of not having credit activity on your credit report, your credit score disappears off the face of the earth. And that is what us financial professionals, us AFCs, we call that credit invisible. I had heard about it in the textbooks. I've read it and studied it, right? But it wasn't until that day that I experienced it firsthand that I was seeing somebody going through this. So all of her hard work down the drain because she followed one of these gurus' advice that literally destroyed her credit score. And so we had to come up with a strategy to build it right back up. But in the meantime, she did have to finance her vehicle. Wasn't the full thing because she was following this advice of the guru. So she had been kind of seriously trying to build up her savings account. So she had about 50% of the payment. So she only had to finance 50% of the car, and she was not buying anything extravagant, right? She needed like a $5,000 loan. And she finally, at the 5th place that she applied to, they gave her the loan with her 50% down. There goes all her savings. And she had to pay a higher interest rate than previously. The last vehicle she had bought years ago, she had financed the whole thing. It was a more expensive vehicle, and her interest rate was lower. So that advice ended up costing her thousands of dollars. Okay, so don't do that. Don't cut up your cards. What you should do instead is when you pay a credit card off, leave it open. Okay, that's going to help you in a couple ways. Remember when we talked about that 35% of your credit score is based off your payment history and 30% is based off of your credit utilization. That's 65% of your credit score between those two factors. There's 5 total factors that FICO considers in your credit score. So those 2 factors you have a lot of control over. So instead, leave the card open, and then what happens is your credit utilization goes to 0 because you paid all the credit limit off. And then your payment history will continue to show up month after month after month on your credit report, which is adding positive payment history length. So that's my tip for you guys. And, other tips and advice you hear out there is like, you have to track every single penny. And that's literally not the right thing to do. A well-balanced tip is with your spending plan, build in some wiggle room, build in some fun money, okay? And that way you're not on this like super strict budget that is truly realistic to keep up with. And so you end up falling off the wagon. It's like the same thing when somebody's like my husband, he tried the keto diet, right? And he went from like eating regularly to one day, boom, cold turkey, I'm just going keto. I'm not going to eat anything but like protein and fat and all the things that they eat, right? Well, what happens? You're going to do good for a day or two, a week, maybe in a month. But if you go too extreme, what's going to happen? You're going to fall off the wagon, right? And how many of you guys have tried the keto, by the way? I'm just curious. There are just a handful of people that can sustain that. But most people, we need balance. We can't be so extreme either one way, like save every penny, track every penny. It's just not as feasible. So how many, nobody's tried keto, I see. So, but yeah, that's just like so that you can kind of get a gist of what I'm saying. But anyways, so I had a client actually that came in with that extreme kind of mentality. And you know what happened? She was listening to some financial guru information out there in the world, and she was doing this extreme budget account for every single penny. And she did good for a little while, but then it was unsustainable, and then she relapsed. She ended up just going all out now after that from being so strict and restricted. So she went binging, literally. And I call that a money relapse. When you tried something that was so extreme with your money that you have a relapse, and then you're just worse off than when you first started. People who have tried diets, they probably can relate to this as well, because it does relate there as well. No, Laura says no keto for me. Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I love bacon and all that, but I just can't do it every day. So anyway, that's just an example of, those extreme things is just not going to work. So why even try it? Ended up affecting her relationship, and you don't have to do those things. You just, well balanced is all I'm saying. So what you don't realize is you don't have to do it like the gurus. I was just saying that right now, but you don't have to feel shame if you have debt and use credit. There is another way. There's a balanced way. So you can use a system. The last few days I've been talking about my MFW framework a little bit, and so that was about money mindset plus money management, leveraging financial tools, which I've showed you how to use many tools this week, plus wealth and legacy protection actually is going to help you use this holistic system that elevates your financial health and builds wealth, so you can be confident that you can live the life of your dreams without having to stress about money ever again. And so this framework right here is going to help you in 4 specific ways. Okay, today I'm going to dive a little deeper into how this works. Okay, so you make money mindset shifts that allow financial health and wealth into your life. I've been working on your money mindset this week, and we've been talking about money mindset and the importance. So we keep working on that. We know that every success story, whether it's a fitness journey, financial success, begins with your mindset. We're going to get that right. The second way that this framework, MFW framework, helps you is it uses this framework to achieve all your financial goals like debt, freedom, home ownership, lavish vacations, creating a legacy for your family. Also, 3, it protects your finances so you can become financially independent for yourself and for generations after you. How exciting is that for you to build generational wealth? It's possible. I'm the first generation American, and I'm telling you, it's possible. I started from the very bottom, right? No silver spoon handed to me. And the fourth way is you can have 1 year of an accountability and support system inside an intimate community that you can learn together with like-minded people. So if it's okay with you, I would like to go over my my offer with you that entails this MFW framework. Let me see if I can get an okay from my challengers. And I will proceed with telling you a little bit more about this MFW. Do it, Laura says. Cool. Do I have another taker? Do I have another taker? Put a Y in the comments or a no, just an N, and I'll be mindful of you. But at the same time, we have a vote that says yes, so I can't leave Laura hanging. Alrighty, well, I'll check back to the chat and see what my next challenger said, but without further ado, I'm going to talk to you about the Money Boss Method. It's a live coaching program. It's not a course, and it encompasses my MFW framework inside of it. Okay. So specifically, the Money Boss Method is a 12-month holistic A to Z financial coaching system where you will learn how to spend, save, and invest wisely so you can build a secure financial future, create wealth, and a legacy for generations to come. Okay. And so, okay, what does that mean? So, the Money Boss Method, here's what you would get inside of this program. You know about the MFW framework. We can break that down just a little bit more. But you would get 1, a trusted financial professional with 11 years experience as an AFC. trusted by the DoD. You can't even work as the client. The government won't even accept you as their client if you're not credentialed, the AFC. So that shows how important the government says, yeah, this professional is legit. And so 2, you would get the group coaching calls per week, 1 group coaching call per week. We do this together as a team. It's so much better, the experience, because you learn from your peers, you learn with each other, and you encourage each other. So I love group coaching. Although I've done 500 one-on-one clients, it's just, I feel the and the synergy, and people end up, sometimes I think they don't like the idea of doing their finances as a group, but then they experience it and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than one-on-one. So the third thing you get is a one a week group Q&A session. So we go over the topic of that week, and then we delve into your specific questions. Then you get 2 financial report cards that I've created based off 7 financial pillars that I've created to make that we know where you're at, where you're starting with your financial health. And that way we can measure you. So we do 2 of those. So we can measure you towards the end of the program to see how much progress you've made. Another thing that you would get in the Money Boss Method program is 1 money personality profile assessment. And this is game changer for many, many of my clients, because they get to understand why they think and behave about money in a certain way, and it empowers them to leverage that. Okay, the strengths and weaknesses that we are able to figure out to have financial success, just to put it really simply. Okay, and then you get progress trackers. I have many plug and play things, so that way it can be easy. You don't have to be a good money person. I mean, you don't have to be a good, I would say, numbers person. Okay, and then it will work for you. You get 2 one-on-one coaching check-ins with me personally. So this is just one-on-one time with me and you to just kind of like tie up loose ends and give you that personalized special attention. And you get master class. So we have, it's like an intensive master class where you will become a homeowner. And like one of my clients that came to me, Kina, she was literally, I couldn't believe that this was told to her, but by her lender, she was told, oh, that house, that neighborhood, you'll never be able to qualify for that based on your credit score. So of course, take on the challenge. Kina says, can you help me? And I was like, let's do it, girl. And so within a year, we put these strategies that's in the Money Boss Method home buying masterclass. And within a year, she was in a dream home. And so it was so awesome to be able to take a no and turn it into a yes. And that was great. So anyway, so you get an interest rate rejection script. It's a no-brainer. You just can empower your voice, and you don't have to think too hard about what you're going to say when you try to negotiate better interest rates. It's just line by line, right? You go ahead and you advocate for yourself and reduce your interest rates. You have a couples money retreat to help you to get on board, your spouse on board to what you're trying to do, this financial makeover, your money makeover, right? To be financially successful. No matter your income level, these strategies work no matter what. Also, you get a retirement ready mini course, and that really helps you to understand your workplace retirement plans. And she said, what rude, right? I couldn't believe it, because anyway, I don't want to get on my soapbox, because then I can really like go off. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. And that's just so unfortunate, because that could have stopped her. But it's something inside her said, yeah, I need to get somebody else's advice. And I'm so glad she found me and that I found her. So then the retirement mini course is going to help you optimize your retirement plans at work. We start there because, again, I like to use the financial tools that are already available to you. And let's optimize that. Let's make sure you're taking full advantage and understanding. And then you get a 5-day kick debts butt challenge. That's really, really fun. I love doing this. My clients get a certificate at the end of the week. And it's so cool. It's fun because I just try to make things fun for you. And they love it. They really love it. I had one put it in a frame and hang it on her wall and send me a picture. I'm trying to think of her name. She's a sweet girl. That's what is in the Money Boss Method program. And in addition to that, okay, you get the private Facebook group. This is where we share our wins and ask our questions. And the Money Boss Method Blueprint A to Z, that's really everything that I've acquired over the last 11 years. All education, all of it, and I've packaged it up and I've put it into this online members portal. So you will have access to the online members portal as well, where I make it so fun and interactive. So it's coaching calls, plus the content is in this portal, so you can access anytime at your own pace. So if you only have 30 minutes a week, and you may have to miss a live coaching here and there, that's fine, because you could keep on track with this online member portal, and I make it fun. I reward you for, finishing up certain lessons and assignments I give you, and it's very rewarding. And so all of that. And so just to recap it, you get all of the line items, plus you get the Money Boss A to Z. You get the portal, the online portal, and that's where you get to go and complete your assignments. You upload them, you download them. The worksheets are there. You download them, fill them out. We do little quizzes there just to make sure that you're grasping. I'm very much on top of your learning. That's what I do day by day. I'm a trainer. And so I love teaching about money. I love teaching, period. And so you get all of that. This is the recap of it all. And just to sweeten up the deal a little bit more, because I really want you guys to take advantage and jump on with this opportunity with me. So I sweeten up the deal by giving you some bonuses. They're limited time bonuses. I call that this because I do encourage action takers. And so as you notice this week, we had, and I'm really excited about working with those action takers. And they were tagging me during the week, letting me know they were doing their homework, and I was going to put their name in the drawing to give out a scholarship. And so I do have one scholarship that I'm proud to present. And I want to make sure that you guys, if you're action takers and you show that to me now, then you can get these extra bonuses for the same price, the same deal. So you've got the additional 2 one-on-one. And so that would bring you to a total of 4. And then you have the make your first stock market trade with me. This is not the first thing we'll do, because there's an order in which you want to do stuff, okay? We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But it's there when we see, you and I agree that you're ready. Then you have the credit score action plan, and you have the cryptocurrency masterclass. Again, not the first thing that we're going to jump into, but I know that this is important. That's kind of the way the world's going. It's a little early still. However, we still need to be informed. What is it? How does it work? And all that stuff. So I'm happy to announce that the bonus, or excuse me, along with this training, the scholarship winner, excuse me, is actually Caitlin Sutherland. I don't know if she's here. I've been looking around. If you're here, put a Y. And if you gave StreamYard permission for me to see your name, I'll see that it's you, Caitlin. But so we have to chat afterwards to talk about the scholarship opportunity, okay? So all of that is part of the Money Boss method. So If you see that the MF framework is inside the Money Boss method, is the key to liberating your money mindset, to confidently manage your money and reach financial freedom, to live your dream life, then book a discovery call. I'm going to put the link. I opened up my calendar, so I'll put the link in the bottom of this video. And that way, yeah, you can book and we can talk about, even if you're not getting the scholarship, what's this Money Boss Method program? How can it help you or not? And can, would we like to work together or not? It's a totally, no pressure type of a call. So go ahead and book that. Even if you're not sure and you're on the fence, okay? Yay, awesome, Jeremy. Yay for Caitlin. Congrats, Caitlin. Yeah, we're also happy for you, Caitlin, because you've been an action taker. And I pay attention, I watch. And so that tells me that you're a person that can have a lot of success. And sometimes y'all really surprise me because I know you can have success. We've had success, a lot of success with previous clients. And then you end up like one-upping them. You guys are amazing. So, yeah, so glad that I was able to do that. And so we're almost at the end of the training for today. But the commitment, I still want you to continue to make these commitments to yourself. And you can put that in the comments and let the world know that you're committed to implementing what you've learned as far as the little bit that you learn about the MFW system. As you know, it's a big part of a bigger program, the Money Boss Method program, but you can incorporate, put all this stuff into action and have results. So tomorrow I opened up my schedule for you. Like I said, I have availability from 8:45 to 11:15, a little window in the morning. And Sunday, I'm more available after church on Central Time, my time. So from 2 to 7:30 p.m. Monday, 5 to 8:30 p.m. Tuesday, 5:15 to 8 p.m. I don't expect you to remember those times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that scheduling link in the bottom of the comments of this video. And that way you can just click and see what I have available that works for your schedule. And we'll just have a little chat. And so I do want to say I'm leaving this open just for a few days because then I'm going to close the doors for the session to begin. And we have a kickoff next Wednesday. That's how fast I'm an action taker too. So that's how fast I get started working with you because I feel like, today is the best day to start. The next best day. Yesterday was the better day, right? Because when it comes to our finances, the faster we could get on it, we can start compounding our investments, our savings, getting those results quicker. And so I don't want to waste time with my action takers. And so I want you to be my next success story. You won't believe you're the same person after this program. And by the way, it's a 1-year program. And so, like I said, Kina was literally able to buy her dream home within that year because she took all these steps. She knew she was clear on the strategies. Her mindset was ready to put everything to work into action, right? And she was able to basically look at her lender and say, "What's up? I thought you said I couldn't, live in this neighborhood. It would be impossible." And like, again, I'm with Laura. I can't even believe that a lender would say that to somebody, but that's what Kina was told. And so she was able to turn that around. And so I want this to be you. I want the success story to be you. And it maybe is a home. Maybe it's debt freedom. Maybe it's you want to optimize your retirement plan so you can have a good nest egg for when you retire and you don't have to worry about depending on other people or you having your kids to that you have to rely on them. You can put your kids through college, right? You can take more vacations and live a better, richer life. Whatever those goals are for you, we can work on them together. And so it's recap time. And so now is the time to work on your credit and finances. You don't need more information. You don't You need encouragement so that you can be empowered and take that action. Okay. And there's a success story waiting for you just around the corner. The MFW inside of the Money Boss method, which is that holistic financial system that you can win with money, is open to you. Book a call, discovery call. I'm going to put that link in the comments again. Even if you're not sure, just book it and we'll have a chat. There's no pressure at all for us to get to know each other a little bit more personally. And I gotten to know a lot of you guys through the week, but that way I can learn and hear from you directly. What are your goals, and see how I can support you. So this is the time that I take comments or questions. So please drop those in, and I'll check my chat box. And I know some of you might be watching on your phone, so it might take you a little bit to type in a question. So I'll be a little patient, but while I'm waiting for that, this is the end of the training. Oh, what happened there? I put a timer on there. That was cool. And I leave you with my quote of the day. This is one of my favorites because it's for you to know that you can be a boss lady. Okay. Even with your finances, even if you don't think you're good with money or a good numbers person. You know, I talked about my client Becca, who totally was like, okay, I'm not good with numbers. I have these goals, but I just can't get it together because I know I'm just not good numbers. And the funny thing is that I confided in her, I'm not either. I'm not either. I'm not good with numbers either. But here's what I'm good at. I'm good at using plug and play systems that are simple to use. And I'm good at leveraging financial tools that help me with my finances. I'm good at figuring out how to make things so easy for me. And so I taught her those things. Next thing you know, she used powerpay.org. She saw, oh, wow, you literally just plug in your numbers. And she was able to save thousands of dollars on her debt in her credit cards. She had student loans, car loans, because she now had a clear path, a clear month and year where she would be paid off by using that tool. And obviously, yes, I gave you the tool. Anybody can use that tool and it's free to use. However, I want you to be, have that mindset to know and how to use it and actually take action. So I don't see any questions, but I am grateful that you're here. I applaud your attendance, you showing up for yourself. So I'm going to leave you with that quote of the day, which is manage your money like a boss, live your best life. Don't hesitate to book that discovery call with me, and I look forward to it. Take care, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. All right. Bye-bye.